cities, empires, etc. So we're not going to try to like bog you down in little stuff, especially like as you see, we spent this whole time working on this legendary 1024-star galaxy. Like, I don't want to get you bogged down in side quests, and I know games like Star Drive 2, like they're getting into these side quests and stuff like that. And I was saying earlier, like this game is kind of like our response. Yeah, sorry, billion colonists. Yeah. Like we were talking earlier about kind of how a lot of these games have like lost focus of what makes Mutu good, and how I don't play a lot of standard 4X space games. And this is kind of like, these are the reasons why. Like, I think when I play a 4X game, I want to think about the big picture stuff. I want to command the massive fleets. I want to have the billions of people, following me. And I want to have huge research projects. I want to have alliances with massive empires and go to war with massive empires. And I don't want to be, to me, I see like little things like, oh, run this mission for me. Like those things are distractions from what I really want to do. And so Master of Ryan 2 and there are some other games like it, like they really just focus on the big picture stuff. So that's where we're wanting to focus everyone into, is the grand scale of things. Potentially down the road, if we looked at other games, maybe I've kind of toyed in my mind before about thinking about down the road, looking at making other types of games within this universe that we've created. But definitely Lord of Rigel itself will always be kind of a 4X grand scale space strategy game. In terms of competing with Eve is an MMO, as I understand it.
Yeah.
And as well, like it's a more single player oriented project. Not single player, but like FPS oriented project. There's no FPS element to this. This is all you trying to control units in a turn-based scenario. So again, smallest unit is things like ships. And yeah, Ace has answered Mercurial Mike's question. And the great thing too is like we're really trying to work on in this game like making spies not suck, because so many games have spies, like, and even like Master of Ryan 2, they had spies, but they were just kind of like, oh yeah, absolutely, Mike, and it's not even just for getting comebacks. I mean, it's too just to like shape policy, because one of the things we're looking at doing is like, okay, let's say you have a neighbor and they have a very aggressive leader, and you're in a bad position with them. You can use your spies to assassinate that leader. Now, of course, you're taking a chance that the next leader isn't even more aggressive, but you're also potentially looking at having an even like calmer leader, one that you can work with. So we want to have spies actually have more practical outcomes to them. And as Ace is pointing out too, like, you can steal tech with them, you can cause rebellions. So, we want to have spies be like a really like an active category in the game, because in Master of Ryan 2, it was pretty much steal spy, or it was tech espionage, or prevent yourself from having tech stolen from you. Like for me, that's how I always used them. But in this game, I really want to focus on spies being a very practical thing. Are we making an LOR forum post or a Facebook post?
About what? Oh no, I'm just watching stuff, I guess.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, I've done the push.
Awesome. And we're getting lots of likes here. Loving it. I think it says. I think it said. Was it the 9th that the page got started? So that's what, Tuesday. We already have 59 likes, which is great.
Yeah, that's
so
good.
Keep it up, people. Spread the word. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, duty. Totally right. He's just cruising around the web. We're all watching. Slacker.
But yeah, as mentioned earlier, if if you like our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter, we will make like lots of future updates and stuff. That's our aim.
Yeah, yeah, we're really trying to get like a media thing going, and we're trying to walk a fine line between like blasting just like all this like I was saying earlier, like one thing I really don't like about a lot of these projects that I follow is like they just spam out like data constantly, and it's the same old stuff. It's like, oh, this screenshot that I posted 4 weeks ago? Well, here it is again. You can come look at it. It's like I don't want you guys to be spammed with that. I want it so that when you get information, it's new, it's useful, and it makes you want to keep following the game. So. We'll try to keep things fresh. I know in the future we're looking at doing developer blogs as the guys have time. I don't want that to take away from their time of making the game. But maybe like once a month, Tuxinet can talk about his month and maybe how much doing Galaxy Generation sucked or something like that, and some of the things that he's learned. And stuff like that, and just some insight.
What JSON tables have been having problem with,
Yeah, exactly. Like all those sorts of things. We'll probably do that like once a month, and we'll post that on our forum and on our Facebook page. And then I like to try every 2 weeks, or maybe something like every 2 weeks to a month, have one of these sessions where we have more than just like the developers live streaming, but like myself or Ace can be online streaming and answering questions and talking with you guys. But I know Tuxinet and VU Legends have been great. They're really making a big commitment to try to stream a lot of their development work. So you will see regular updates, at least in terms of when they're online and when they're streaming. You can join them. Mm-hmm. But in terms of a forum like this, it'll probably be like once every 2 weeks to a month. Just depends on how schedules work out. Especially since this thing has gone on longer than I thought it would, which is great. So it just means I just need to allocate more time to these, which is just fantastic. And we still Tuxinet, we still have more people coming in. We're down to 17, now we're back to 18 again. So that's great. But yeah, we'll just try to keep the community updated that way, and then try to post try to get more screenshots going, but especially, like I was talking earlier, Ace and I are both saying, we need artists, because, that's the thing that makes screenshots and P3D links that everyone loves to look at and see. And while we have wonderful, like I was talking, artists, we don't have enough of them. So art will be slow to come out, and I don't want to keep spamming you with the same images over and over and over again. So I'm going to try to keep things on the site, just, every, like, once a week, try to put, like, a new ship up or something like that you guys can see. That's about the pace that we're moving at on ships, like a ship every 1 to 2 weeks we have. Assuming nothing crazy happens with, computers breaking or real life stuff. So we'll just keep trying to do that and keep you guys in the loop, and, ask questions. If you have any sort of questions about the game, we want to get it out there, because chances are if you have a question, somebody else out there has the exact same question you have. And we want to make sure that everyone knows about the project. So that, I think if people know about the project, they're going to want to buy the game, they want to play the game, they want to mod the game, and that's exactly what we want to do. So, and I know today, this has been great for us because we've had tons of people watching, plus potentially, we have people that are interested in contributing to the project. Marlon looks like he wants to contribute to the project, which is awesome. So, it's just great doing these. And yeah, Heroes. Heroes would be great. I think at this point we're pretty much just going to mimic what Master of Orion 2 did. maybe an expansion or a second installment in the series. Maybe we could look at some way of expanding them out, making them like more dominant or useful.
Oh wow, Mike, that was actually kind of cool.
What's up?
His idea, or like his question.
We haven't really done anything like that yet. So essentially, the leaders in our game, like what they'll do is they'll provide like a personality template. So they have aggressive ones, research-based ones, peaceful ones, etc. But kind of where we're at for now is that we're just trying to keep it there because some of these mechanics have been tried out before, and we do want to release the game in a reasonable time frame. I don't want to have all these awesome features that then just kind of we just keep postponing the release for just trying to get good features in. So we're at this point, we're trying something new with having these leaders in the game for each species to have these different profiles, and then we're adding something new with the espionage so that you can try to kill off these leaders and have that dynamic work. But that would be something really cool for like the next installment, where if you do have leaders that are difficult, something that we could try it, we can intervene. But the closest thing that it's kind of like that right now would be culture, where you can use your culture to essentially make people in those other areas and of someone else's civilizations unhappy. And then essentially at that point, they may choose to incite rebellion. Then you can go in there, swoop in, and take the colony quickly for yourself with minimal resistance. That could be something that you could try, and so we'll kind of have stuff like that in the game.
Oh yeah, by the way, Accurus, I just think it's worth mentioning about the Galaxy rule set JSON table. Is that you need to, I think I've told you before, but I'll do it again. You need to decrease the size of each galaxy.
Yes. But we'll add a modifier in there to make it work with it, because all the other mechanics are based on parsecs.
Yeah.
So we'll have to add like a modifier.
Mm-hmm. Like, the number I found worked really great for the legendary one was like a 50 in size. Mm-hmm. So you may want to scale them back based on that, or just whatever works, I guess.
And as well, Mercurial Mike, you are not. Yeah, I know the game's in alpha. Well, it's not really alpha. It's like trying to get its way to alpha. It's like the lowest of the alphas, like 0.000001 version.
It says in the main menu, like.
But one thing is that we actually have. I want to say, and Ace, correct me if I'm wrong. It's like a 260 page or so design document. So we already have, probably 98% of our ideas are, pen to paper at this point. So we already have essentially, I think of it this way, it's like a cookbook. We have the cookbook. At this point, we're just cooking. We're just throwing the ingredients together and making something work. So we are, we have had some issues. Copy. Yes, pre-alpha 0.01. Yeah, so yeah, things are pretty much set in. I don't say nothing's set in stone. Case in point, Adam did great mock-ups for our system view, and 4 revisions later, we now have the current one, which works great as well. So, essentially at this point, we have the game thought out. We know what we want to do. We're at the point where we're feature lock. We've locked everything that we want to do. We're not going to, unless it's something really, really minuscule and tiny that's like it take us like a couple days to implement, and we really think it's going to be just we can't live without it. We're pretty much gonna stay where we're at. But that doesn't mean that we don't want the community's input, because the community may say, hey, you know what, you can, we think we need to have this feature. And we say, well, you know what, it can't make it into Lord of Rigel because we want to get the game out to you guys, but hey, let's do that for an expansion pack. Let's do that for some downloadable content. Because we do plan on having probably, 1 to 2 expansion packs for the game and probably a bunch of DLC for the game. So, ideas are always welcome.
Ooh, suddenly became silence.
What? The sound of silence?
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of like season pass, yeah, like it's too early. Like we at this point are about as thought out as this is what we want to make the first game as, and I know there's ideas. I know there's ideas that we'll want to do later, but yeah, we don't have everything laid out that far ahead yet.
Yeah, I think the new galaxies look much better. The distribution of the stars are way better.
Oh yeah, it looks so much more randomized too than before, so that's perfect.
And hey, I got to use the cluster generator in the spiral galaxy, so that's cool.
Yeah, see, now you feel really good.
I don't know why I didn't think of that earlier. Like,
here's a cluster, just add arms to it, and we have a spiral.
Yeah. Yep. It just kind of pisses me off that we're at 19 and not 20. It would just be so cool to hit 20, but to be honest, I expected like a maximum of 7 viewers. To be honest, so 19.
Get like your great aunt Maxine or something. Like, get someone. I don't care who. I don't care if it's like your great aunt that never uses the internet. Get us to 20, man. Like, and also too, for like other ideas for like subsequent games. Like one of the ideas that I had, I thought would be totally awesome, but it's not going to happen in this game. Is like, right now we have like pre-designed species for you, and you'll have like a custom species that you can like choose a portrait of one of the other species and like customize your stats. But, one idea that I've had, and it'd be a lot of fun, but it's just not going to happen in this game, is like, what about having it like kind of how in Skyrim or any of those games where you can like customize the face, body, and the clothes and all that stuff.
We're at 20.
So you can truly. I'm sorry, what?
We're at 20.
Oh, we are at 20. Yes. Woo. Thank you, great aunt whoever. Yeah. So, but yeah, like that was one of the ideas that I was thinking about doing was, we could do something like that for like a second game, but it's going to be it's a lot of work, and it's a system where it'd be cool to have, but it's not anything that I want to push the game out any further for release, And then, let's see here. If you have any questions. Yeah, as it's saying, at this point, like, what you're seeing for Galaxy Gen right now is just here are stars and objects in that galaxy. System view, which you can't even tell in the stream, I don't think it's even noticeable. The effect is so subtle. But you'll have like stardust, and you'll have a background. So as you move, it looks really sharp when you're actually like playing it versus just trying to watch it through Hitbox.
Oh yeah, sorry, I was kind of writing stuff.
That's okay. I'm trying to eat like lunch/dinner right now. I was like, I don't think the internet needs to like hear me chewing constantly, so I think I'm gonna like pause my my Skype mic right now.
Well, yeah, I was just talking
So
to our new guy, I guess.
Yeah.
I'll be doing
Yeah,
the
let's see.
standard
He's got some
interview
web
stuff
dev.
tomorrow, I guess.
Yeah.
Do you want
Yeah,
the
and he's got some
NDA
web
stuff
dev.
done or no? What do you
Well,
think?
well, I want to hold off on that until like you've talked to him and kind of get your input. You know,
Okay. Yep, sure.
because you're a lead guy, so
Yep.
you are the lead programmer, so your input means a lot.
Scary.
So that's what you get rev share for.
Yeah. Yep.
So you get to join the rest of us owners who get jack squat until the game's released. We'll pay everyone else before we get paid. So yeah, I know, right? We were at 20. By the way, speaking of lameness of 20, or being at 19 instead of 20, our Facebook page, 59 likes, not 60. Somebody on here needs to get on that Facebook page. Let's roll into 60 here, folks.
Hatter will roll Justin Bieber. I'm not kidding. We'll do it.
Yeah. We'll find Bieber or something. Something.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can Bieber, though. I think it's like punishing me, too.
Rebecca
But we'll
Black,
find something.
No. Yeah, something.
No, we don't want fake people. We want people that are here that care. Look at that, 59, lame.
Well, yeah, it's cool, Mike. But yeah, I think the Nebula distribution is pretty good. Like, there's not too many, but there's not too few either.
I'm waiting for this stream to catch up.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
Of course.
It's amazing how far behind I am now. It's like it's getting worse with time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think Nebula distribution is very good. It looks random enough to me.
Yeah. And I think the 4 parsec rule is quite cool. Or like good. Yeah. It works out pretty nice.
Ace on patrol.
No, it doesn't. But it shouldn't be hard to add because my main, like when I do this stuff, my main kind of work is getting the JSON tables working nice with the code, and yeah, that's been a lot of work. And B, just general getting into work, make it look nice. Yeah, some are smaller than others. You have like this red one over here, which is huge. Or like, I don't know what size it is, but it's pretty big. I'll just leave it there for a couple of seconds for the stream to clear up. And I can go over here to this small one. And I still need to do the system flags for if they're inside the nebula. But yeah, that shouldn't be a problem.
And it shouldn't be a problem to have in system view, right? Like to have it actually show the nebula within system view. Like we actually place the system view within the same nebula.
Yeah, that was what I was just talking about. Flagging the systems if they're inside the nebula.
Oh, when you were talking about flagging, I thought you were just